Thursday, June the 16th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. At this time, I'm going to call on Mr. Jody Bullard if he would lead us in our invocation.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, Lord, as we come to you tonight, Lord, to gather, Lord, and to establish, Lord, policies, Lord, for our Lumbee. Lord, thank you, Lord, for rain here tonight. Actually, Lord, pray for rain tonight. Farmers, safe, Lord, but upcoming week. Now this season, Lord.
Amen. Thank you. As you remain standing, I'm going to ask Mr. Carrington Locklear if he would lead us in our pledge. United States of America, to the republic, stand one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice. And again, as you remain standing, I will ask Mr. Rudy Locklear if he would lead us in our preamble of the Tribal Constitution. Carry power, self-government, on each tribe, North Carolina. Tribe adopts this Constitution. Purpose, establishing tribal government structure, serving for all time, on the way of life and community. Promoting educational, cultural, social, and economic well-being of the Lumbee people. Securing justice and freedom for the Lumbee people. Thank you. You may be seated. Let me ask, before we do our roll call, if you have a cell phone, we'd ask if you'd put it on mute or on vibrate. That way it would not interfere with our business meeting tonight. So we just thank you for that. But this time I'm going to call on Madam Secretary to do our roll call.
Billy Oxendine. Sharon Hunt here. Carol Goolsby. Here. Carol Smith. Pam Hunt. Here. Jody Bullard.
Here.
Wendy Moore.
Here.
Carrington Locklear.
Here.
Larry Chavis.
Here.
Richard Jones. Nancy Locklear. Yvonne Dow. Here. Rudy Locklear. Corbin Eddings. Dewey McNeil.
Here.
Bobby Emanuel.
Here.
Chakawana Oxendine.
Here.
Shelley Strickland. Annie Taylor.
Here.
Ricky Burnett.
Here.
Homer Field.
Here.
Okay. At this time, I would entertain a motion to have Mr. Shelley excused. He called me, and he has death in the family.
Awesome.
Yeah, who made that motion? I have a motion by Brother Gerald and second by Mr. Jody. Is there any opposition to that? Hearing none, motion carries. He'd be excused. This time I will read our ethics statement. In accordance with the Ethics and Conflict of Interest Ordinance 2010-0312-01, it is the duty of every council member to avoid both conflicts of interest and the appearances of a conflict of interest with regards to any matters before the council today. Does any council member have a known conflict of interest or any perceived conflicts of interest with respect to any matters coming before the council today? If so, please refrain from participation in those particular deliberations during the meeting. Thank you. Let me say we want to welcome everyone this evening to our business meeting. I see Miss Anita Pryor, council member, District 9. And we also have Miss Mabel, our previous, what year was that, Miss Mabel? Who? 2013. All right, our previous. We also have with us Mr. Kelvin Jacobs with us also. We're so glad to have him. And then I don't know the couple, but I understand that they're from Ohio. And which tribe are you from? Yes, ma'am. I did. But we're so glad for you to can be with us here this evening. We welcome you. My
secretary said, where at in Ohio? Okay. Get it? All right. Thank you. Hard names. At this time, we'd like to review and approve of our agenda for this evening. Have a motion to approve. Mr. Harrell? All right. I have no problem. Miss Yvonne? Okay. Yes. Okay. And we would ask that you would take and speak directly into the mic so that they can hear. And let me say, I miss Miss Lakeisha, who is also a tribal council member from District 1. 1 and 12 is close together, but anyway. But we're so glad that she's with us also. Yeah. Yeah. Miss Yvonne, on that education, because you got a report, can we add that at that time? That correction that you were talking about, we'll put it with your first report. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. With those corrections, those is there any objection to that motion? Amend your motion.
I make a motion to approve the agenda with the corrections noted.
Okay. Got a motion, need a second? Second by Mr. Jody. Motion made by Ms. Pam. Is there any objection to that? Hearing none, seeing none, motion carries. Thank you very much. This time we will review and approval of the May Tribal Council minutes and actions that were taken.
So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Have a motion by Ms. Wendy.
I second.
Been second by Ms. Ann. Thank you. Is there any discussion, any questions? Hearing none, seeing none. Is there any objection to that motion? Yeah.
Okay, the correction was when we had our May business meeting, it was indicated that for the resolution scholarship, that the calculations were incorrect, off $1,000. That was not true. It was correct record. I wanted to make sure for our June
Okay.
that was correct.
All right. Thank you.
I second that amendment.
Okay. Any questions? Any objection? Hearing none, seeing none, motion carries. Thank you. At this time, the chair would recognize Ms. Yvonne Dow, who is our chairman of our education, to do the presentation of the 2022 Creative Poetry and Creative Short Story Awards. Ms. Yvonne?
I'd like to welcome everyone here with the creative writing. And did not have a whole lot of students, but I'm extremely proud of those students who have participated. And we had basically 3 major winners. And we did send a letter out to the children to encourage them to continuously write and have their creative writing, and to also be very proud of them. So I'll step down and I would ask Ms. Bush presentations, certificates.
The first person that we will honor and present is Mr. Caleb A. Jacobs. He was, he had an outstanding poem. We had the theme, Never Give Up. He wrote an outstanding poem, and you are a fifth grader, Caleb? So would you come forward? And where do you attend school, Caleb?
In chapel.
Like for his parents to come up, be with him. From the Beloved Tribe of North Poetry Writing Contest. He received first place winner, and he received $50.
I counted Catholic.
Congratulations. Give him a round of applause. Our next person, Morgan Sky Clay. She wrote us a poem, but the poem did not. We are very proud of her. I think she participated last year, creative writing and the art contest. Next person is Addison Hunt, wrote a creative writing short story. And very proud of you writing, and mom and his little sister. Also received first place winner in the short story, and he also won $50. Around it. A round of applause. Our next person is Kendall Clay. He won second place writing a story. He is the relative also to Morgan Sky Clay. Is not here. Second place winner with the creative writing contest. We're also going to recognize Rayliana Manuel. Also, we will also recognize Sarah Lockley. Not here. Just basically had 3 place winners. Thank you for your support and encourage our children. Maybe work a lot of children. Very creative, a lot of talent.
Let me say before we proceed on, we just want to show our hospitality to our new friends from Ohio. If you would come, I'd like to give you a pair of our sunglasses with this bright sun that you see. And then with it being so hot, I would say go by the Lumbee River and get some of that water, but don't go by there. We've got good cool water in here. Thank you. At this time, community comments. Do we have any community comments? All right. At this time, the chair would recognize Miss Anita Blanks, District 9, redistricting, and I think that's et cetera. Miss Anita?
As long as you let me go. I'm here again asking about redistricting, where you all are in the process of redistricting for the constitutionally mandated 21 districts. You know, I talked about it before. You had a year from the date it was published. It was published August of last year. So that's coming up pretty quick. The next thing is I ask you many times about doing an ordinance for the Supreme Court, to put some parameters on the Supreme Court. Who has to approve the cases? How much time do they have to let somebody present their case? Those kinds of things are being overlooked. And what we're having is people who are filing court cases and getting absolutely no response. And quite frankly, y'all should be outraged at that. And you have the power to fix all of that. So I'm asking that you write an ordinance to address those kinds of issues. And the next thing is, see, I'm doing good with my 3 minutes. The next thing is documents again. And you know, you do realize your agenda is not online anymore. So if you want an agenda, you got to come here to get one. But also that you post it online for one thing, but also that you post the documents, the supporting documents, because I saw on here that you have the 2014 establishment of the health board and the review board. So I remember doing that in 14. So obviously you're amending something, but you know, we the people are sitting here in the dark because we don't know what you're doing, whether we approve of it, whether we should speak about it, nothing, because we don't have the documents. So I'm just asking again that you post the agenda online and that you post the supporting documents with it so that the Lumbee people can make informed decisions about what our tribal council members are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it, Miss Anita. At this time, we will go to our committee reports. Constitution ordinance, I know Mr. Corbin is absent, and so his vice chair, Mr. Dewey McNeil, will do the presentation. Mr. Dewey?
We're going to start with CLLR-22-0616-02, Supreme Court of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina appointment. We're going to start with the third whereas the Constitution of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina authorizes the tribal chairperson and tribal council to make nominations and appointments to the Supreme Court of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina. And whereas the Constitution of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina authorizes the tribal council Tribe of North Carolina appoint a nominee, and therefore it resolved after finishing the term of former Supreme Court Joshua Malcolm, which expires July 20, 2020. Tonya Jacobs will now serve a 5-year term on the Supreme Court Tribe, expire on July 20, 2020.
Thank you. And again, coming from committee, it requires no second. Is there any question, any discussion on that? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Secretary?
Billy Oxendine, Sharon Hunt, yes. Joel Goolsby,
Yes.
Harold Smith,
Yes.
Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Wendy Moore,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Larry Chavis.
Yes.
Richard Jones, Nancy Locklear, Yvonne Dow,
Yes.
Rudy Locklear,
Yes.
Corbin Eddings, Dewey McNeil,
Yes.
Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Chakawana Oxendine,
Yes.
Shelley Strickland, Annie Taylor, Ricky Burnett,
Yes.
Homer Field.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Motion carries. Again, Chair would recognize Mr. Dewey McNeil.
I'm going to read CLLO-2014-0918-01. This is a amended establishment and operation of Columbia Hill. Start with third whereas. Whereas the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina is charged with promoting quality health care and lifestyles within Lumbee Tribe community. Research, technology, education, and advocacy produce health disparities, qualifications, Lumbee identification, data collected by health agencies, programs to increase health programs and services available. Lumbee Tribe membership, Robinson, Scotland, Hoke, and Cumberland counties. Mission will be accomplished through strengthening of relationships between federal, state, local healthcare agencies, collaboration, and riding, and successful funding of grants to implement services directly to tribal membership. I'm going to go to the therefore, for it being acted by the tribal council as the governing body, Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, following the ordinance, shall be cited as establishment and operations, LHB. I'm going to go down to section. This was the term limit. Terms of the Lumbee Health Board members shall be as follows. Health and Human Service Committee chairperson elected annually. Education Committee chairperson annually. A method of chance will determine the term of office of remaining members under this section. Remaining members shall serve staggered terms, 2 members serving a 2-year term, 2 members serving a 4-year term, and 3 members serving a 6-year. Therefore, each appointed member shall serve a 6-year term for a maximum terms.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Dewey.
Mr. Speaker, corrections. Third whereas, got lumber, should be Lumbee, tribal count members.
Okay,
And then down there, Lumbee Health Board has got lumber, Lumbee.
okay,
And also the second whereas, Mr. Speaker.
gotcha,
Second,
gotcha.
third, and the last paragraph.
Okay. Thank you. So it is Lumbee instead of lumber. Okay. All right. All right. Coming from committee, again, requires no second. Is there any discussion? Any questions on this? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Secretary, roll call vote. All right.
Billy Oxendine, Sharon Hunt, yes. Joel Goolsby,
Yes.
Harold Smith,
Yes.
Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Wendy Moore,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Richard Jones, Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Yvonne Dow,
Yes.
Rudy Locklear, Corbin Neal, Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Chakawana Oxendine,
Yes.
Shelley Strickland, Annie Taylor,
Yes.
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 All right. Thank you. Again, motion carries. Again, Chair would recognize Mr. Dewey McNeil.
I'm going to read CLLO-2014 14-0918-02. Again, this is a amended ordinance. Establishment and operation of an institutional review board. We're going to start with the third whereas. Whereas the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina is the recipient of federal and state grant funds and require IRB approval. Whereas the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina is responsible for the protection of its tribal membership. Therefore, be it enacted by the Tribal Council as the governing body of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, following ordinance shall cited as establishment and operation of institutional review board. Go down to section 3, starting with the term limits. Terms of 5 Lumbee Health Board members shall be as follows. Health Committee Chairperson elected annually. Education Committee Chairperson elected annually. Tribal Chairman appointee, maximum of 3 years, not to exceed the term of the Tribal Chair. A method of chance will be used to determine the term of office of 2 of the remaining members under this section. Remaining members shall serve staggered terms, 1 member serving a 4-year term, 1 member serving a 5-year term. Therefore, 2 members shall serve a 5-year term for a maximum.
Mr.
Right.
Speaker, same correction, second whereas, Lumber Tribe, Lumbee Tribe.
I've already made that correction.
All right. Thank you, Miss Annie. Again, coming from committee, it requires no second. Is there any question, any discussion on this? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Secretary?
Billy Oxendine. Sharon Hunt, yes. Gerald Goolsby.
Yes.
Harold Smith. Sam Hunt.
Yes.
Jody Bullard.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Harrington Locklear.
Yes.
Terry Chavis.
Yes.
Joan Locklear.
Yes.
Von Dow.
Yes.
Rudy Locklear. Corbin Eddings. Dewey McNeil.
Yes.
Bobby
Yes.
Akawana Oxendine.
Yes.
Kelly Strickland. Annie Taylor. Ricky Burnett.
Yes.
Palmer Pugh.
Yes.
Carries.
Thank you. Motion carries. Mr. Dewar, is there anything else from Constitution and Ordinance? Thank you, sir. At this time, the chair would recognize Chairperson Ms. Yvonne Dow of Education.
So would be CLR go to 51901. This is a resolution sending people. This is an amended resolution, and to make it more generic, there's not specific groups or agencies that are mentioned out. I will go to the third whereas. Third last whereas. All law enforcement diligently implement possible to solve all cases. And whereas the Carolina Police American and implement possible to establish by political and funding fairness and assist in solving. Then I will go to the third, 3 last therefores. First, therefore be it resolved, the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina supports all efforts to bring awareness to this distressing and tragic crisis of missing and indigenous and therefore other reasons. Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina supports the urgency of updating accurate data and statistics involving missing entered state and national cases, and therefore be other reasons. Tribe of North Carolina supports justice.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Yvonne. Again, coming from committee, it requires no second. Is there any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none.
Mr. Speaker, I would just like to thank the work of Ms. Yvonne Dow making those corrections that I requested prior to the draft of the. That's greatly appreciated.
All right. Thank you, sir. Madam Secretary?
Billy Oxendine. Sharon Hunt, yes. Gerald Gooseby, Harold Smith, Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Jody Bull,
Yes.
Wendy Moore,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Jones, Locklear, Yvonne Dow, Locklear, Corbin Eddie, Hill, Bobby E.
Yes.
Lackawanna Oxendine,
Yes.
Kelly Strickland, Taylor, Ricky Burnett,
Yes.
Fields,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Motion carries. Ms. Yvonne, is there anything else from education at this time? All right. Thank you, ma'am. At this time, the chair would recognize the chairperson, Ms. Pam Hunt, of our Finance Committee. Ms. Pam?
Good afternoon. We have one resolution tonight. It's CLLO 2022-0616-01. It's the BCNC, which is Blue Cross of North Carolina Foundation for the Department of Agricultural and Natural Resources. I'll be reading from the fifth whereas. Whereas the tribal council has authority and fiduciary responsibility to ensure compliance with program funding and allocations. And whereas the Lumbee Tribal Budget, BCNC Foundation, Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources is addressed with the provisions as stated below. And therefore be it enacted by the tribal council of North Carolina, the following ordinance shall be cited as Blue Cross BCNC Foundation, subject to all inclusions and provisions. This is a $100,000 grant. It provides for a one salary of $49,419.45, payroll fringe $18,779.39, supplies $7,301.16. Occupancy cost for rent and utilities. This will be for a warehouse, not for regular rental space of $24,000. Travel and professional development $500, and this is just a if you will, a starter, some startup money. We are going to be applying for a much bigger grant to service this Department of Agricultural and Natural Resources with having been able to utilize and do more with the money. This is, you have to have this to go after the bigger grant, and that was a big provision we had. I am proud that this committee really was just started a year ago, Miss Wendy, or so, in 2019, and this is a big thing for this department because, as you know, a big portion of our county is rural farmers, and so we appreciate this as a step forward in helping them.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Larry?
I'd like to recognize Richard Jones.
We recognize Mr. Jones. It's going to cost you dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, coming from committee, this requires no second. Is there any questions, any discussions on this? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Secretary?
Billy Oxendine, Sharon Hunt, yes. Gerald Gooseby, Harold Smith, Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Wendy Moore,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Richard Jones,
Yes.
Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Von Dow,
Yes.
Rudy Locklear, Corbin Eddings, Dewey McNeil,
Yes.
Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Lackawanna Oxendine,
Yes.
Kelly Strickland, Annie Taylor, Ricky Burnett,
Yes.
Homer Field.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Where's Miss Pam? Anything else, Miss Pam, from Finance? Right. So at this time, we will, yeah, we entertain a motion to go into closed session for federal recognition information that's going to be provided to us at this time.
I make a motion to go into closed session for recognition.
I second.
Have a motion by Mr. Jody, second by Ms. Wendy, that we go into closed session at this time. So we would ask, yeah, if you just step out, then you can come back after we Okay. Thank you, guys. I need one for June.
We don't have a calendar.
Mr. Speaker.
Sir?
Well,
I need one for June. Where's she at?
Mr. Speaker, I was going to say, we brought up those settlements tonight. If you want to learn more about our settlements, I think we should get Mr. Kenneth Clark to set up a county tour. Now, he's got a wealth. Everything that man was talking about, Mr. Kenneth preaches it every day on these county tours. And I suggest all of us get together maybe. Let's do a little mini county tour, Mr. Clark. He's also doing a camp this year, starts in end of July with the students, and they're going to be doing a county tour here and then going to Manio.
Okay, for the month of June, the only thing I see that we're adding is the 23rd to follow after economic development. That's the only different change on for the month of June. Yeah, the 21st. 21st, we've got the C&O, and we also have finance. For the month of July, go ahead and tell you guys on the 11th is District 13's community meeting. It is my last community meeting.
Mr. Speaker.
The 11th. The 11th.
No.
No.
Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Speaker.
Wait a minute.
5th.
The 11th.
The 11th for District 13
It's a month.
on a Monday.
Yeah, and this is crucial. This is crucial.
Me too.
Cape Fear Baptist Church. They're going to send it out to us. You'll be fed.
Mr. Speaker, I am mandated by the Constitution to hold a public hearing on the on the chairman's proposal for the budget. And so I have to do that by the 7th because it has to be done in so many days. So I either need to do it on the 5th or the 7th. But I prefer the 5th.
July the 5th.
6:30.
Finance.
That's not going to be finance. That's going to be the hearing for the public.
Yeah.
For the budget.
Okay. 6:30. Okay, and then Miss Wendy. The 7th. And
So we really don't need nothing else.
Yeah, don't do nothing on the 5th.
Nothing else on.
Jody.
H&H on the 7th at 6:30.
Yeah, H&H, 6:30. There's a 7:30.
All right. We're short on days. I got to do the 7th as well, 8:30.
Housing, 8:30.
Bring your sleeping bags.
What?
And a picnic basket. And breakfast.
Mr. Rudy?
Mr. Speaker, we're District 7 is going to have a community timber rescue.
Okay, June the 27th. I forgot that and I saw it. Yeah, yeah, you better give him one, baby. Where's it off?
Where was District 7 going to be held at?
Yeah.
What?
Force on a Monday.
What about it? June 27th at Pembroke Rescue Squad on Candy Park Road at 6:00 p.m.
Okay, who that? Got you. Mr. Gerald? $19th, 6:30. Here you go. It's
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Yvonne? Mr. Yvonne? Gerald?
19.
7:30. Hey, Mr. Harold, just got yours the 23rd, right? Yeah, okay, got you. Anybody else?
Just a correction, if you look at the calendar, it's supposed to be 6 o'clock.
Okay,
7, not 6:30.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on the 20th.
Mr. Dewey? Okay. It's going to be 6 o'clock, District 7 on the 27th of June. No. Miss Pam?
I'm sorry. So the reason I said let's not do nothing else on the 5th is because after the budget hearing, I need to do finance. We've got some matters we've got to get.
Add finance after the hearing. Yeah. On the 5th. On the 5th.
Okay. But last year, like an hour and plus.
I want y'all to pick up. I'm leaving you in 7 months. Hearing none, seeing none, move on. You'll get by it. If you hesitate, you'll let her you go. Okay, let me regroup. You ready, Miss Lakeisha, or to get them? The 5th will be the hearing at 6:30 for the finance. For the budget. July, and finance will follow after that. On the 7th, we have Health and Human Services at 6:30, A&R at 7:30, Housing at 8:30, and he said, put in there, bring your sleeping bag. We're going fast. And you already got District 13 on the 11th. Then on the 19th, Economic Development at 6:30 and Education at 7:30.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Jody?
I was asked earlier if I know they had it last year. If anyone was interested in a float for the parade, I was just asking. It was put out there.
Jody, I'll answer your question. I would be interested, but I have a company I got to represent. But I'll be on.
Okay.
I got buy one.
Anything? You got something? Anything else before? I had a motion to adjourn after we did the calendar. If I can get a second on that. Been moved in second. All in favor would stand. Oh yeah, and you got sweets. Oh no, you don't do roll call in business meeting. And you got some sweets back there at the back.
Refreshments in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Brother Bobby, would you dismiss us in prayer, my brother?
We'll pray. Praise our Father, we come to pray, God. Let's fall for your son. Christ, you paid the cross. Thank God for the nice meeting, God. Thank God. Everything was done and said. For all requests, God. Got a lot of people lost, Lord, in this world, God. Need you as a personal Savior, God. Let's reach down, Lord, something said or done, and cry, what must I do to be saved? God, we give you